Cardenas, Estephanie, Cardenas, Estephanie, Cardenas, Stephanie, Cardenas, Estephanie, Cardenas.
Don't go faking all of your smiles in the night. Washed out smoke trails that lead me out of sight.
Cardenas. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the mentors, come on. This is knowledge,
Nonsense.
and reasoning. Today we are here with Estephanie.
Cardenas.
Estephanie.
Cardenas.
Pa, 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 pa. Pa, 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 pa. All right, so welcome to the show.
Welcome, Stephanie. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing well, surviving the Rona out here.
Surviving the Rona.
As we all are.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you're based out of New York. What's that like right now?
New York is doing way better. It's nice to be here right now because I feel like the pressure is a little gone. I mean, it's still there, but things are open now finally, so I can kind of feel a little normal. So yeah, it's still summer. The weather's still nice, so I'm not having to wear my bulky coat everywhere. So that's really cool. I'm about that.
When do you have to start to wear your bulky coat everywhere?
Well, that usually starts around late October, November. Yep.
Nice.
Winter vibes.
And how long have you been over there?
Well, I'm actually from here. But I moved to Miami when I was like 14, and then I came back to New York when I was 19. And I've been here now, I'm gonna tell you my age low key, for like 5-6 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
No one do math.
No one do math. Stop counting, guys.
Put their papers and your pencils down. The exam is over. Nice, man. That's wow, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Sorry.
You're a real smooth operator.
I'm nervous.
Breaking news. Jay's nervous and he's breaking everything.
Bloopers.
Bloopers.
So a little backstory, I guess, how we know each other. We worked together at Finca Table and Tap, I want to say almost 6 years ago when it first opened up, and what a great experience that was. I mean, for me, I don't know for you, but it was definitely really cool meeting you, and it's cool to have you on the show and kind of catch up and also talk about what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as we've stated, we actually all went to high school together, but I actually did know you in high school. I didn't know him in high school. So yeah, and I guess we just kind of moderately kept in touch throughout, and then this seemed like a good idea. So here we are.
I think that's so cool how our paths kind of came together.
I agree.
And we didn't even know each other. Like, we all went to the same high school, but now is when we're all coming together. It's weird. But yeah,
right.
I loved Finca. I loved working there. I met awesome people there. Some of my awesomest friends I met there. Shout out to Finca, good vibes, good food. And yeah, Ferguson.
Ferguson. What a time to be alive, huh? I don't. So you know how some people are like, oh man, I miss high school so much. It was a highlight of my life. Yeah, I'm definitely not one of those people. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I don't miss it at all.
It's funny. She says good vibes and good food, and then she in regard towards Finca, and then she transitioned over to Ferguson. And the first thing that I thought, I'm like, definitely not the greatest vibes, and definitely not the greatest food. A lot of interesting vibes there, and a lot of weird food there for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
To be honest, I loved Ferguson because just of where I came from. Ferguson to me was lit because I'm from the Bronx, and my first year of high school, my school was trash. It's not even open anymore. The school closed because of bad academics, behavior. But it was literally metal detectors every morning. So when I went to Ferguson, I was like, oh my God, you mean I get to be outside during lunch?
Courtyard.
Oh, you mean the school has several buildings? I was about it. And those cookies, those chocolate chip cookies, let me tell you. So see, I view Ferguson differently just because of my background, but yeah, that's good. Different
Yeah.
perspective.
I mean, Ferguson is definitely a great school. Um, where I was, my mindset throughout that school was definitely what I guess kind of like scarred me because I wanted to do music and I wish I would have pursued music and theater. Instead, I was still like, I'm gonna be a professional football player. A torn ACL and a torn labrum later. Now I'm dabbling into the world of entertainment. But Ferguson was still a great time. Some of my friends that I've known, and ironic enough, Raul being one of my best friends that I didn't even know went to Ferguson. I still keep really close ties with them. Really, really close ties. A lot of really cool people. And now that I'm doing this podcast, I'm seeing a lot more of my old companions from Ferguson pop up on my pop in the DMs like, yo, good
Pop in the
stuff,
feed.
support.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really, really cool.
I was just a very whiny and dramatic teenager, so maybe that's why I
And
don't
that
remember.
transcended into a whiny and adult.
Into a whiny adult. No, I don't know. Like I think of high school, I'm just like, acne. You know, you know what I'm saying? Awkward, super, super awkward first dates. But like at least now, like,
Hey,
you could
dates.
You could get like dates, right? Or like you could just get out of
Dates with academics. Duh.
dates at the library for sure. But yeah, no, I definitely hear about your perspective about Ferguson. And hey, good vibes and good food. You really turned the whole vibe around. And then you talked about the one good food, the cookies.
The cookies.
were
They had a
incredible.
fire salad station too, guys.
Excuse what?
The salad station. You remember that? They had a little.
No, I remember.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I did have the sushi though that I questioned to this day.
No, sushi maki, right?
Sushi maki from the courtyard.
I never tried that.
Oh, dude, I used to get them all the time. They were great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
I did too.
Oh, was it good?
Yes, I didn't have sushi for lunch in my schools in New York. The fuck?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and now that you say it, that sounds pretty wild.
Yeah.
And we were so like, whatever, sushi.
I'll get it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so I know you opened up Finca. Did you open up Finca as well, or did you start? Oh yeah. Okay, so wow, that's crazy.
We were number one.
You were number one. For sure. So what was that? So how crazy is that you guys open up that restaurant, and now we're here on this podcast? Who would have thunk, huh?
Not me.
Not me. And then and they're still open and right now in the middle, thriving. Well, tomorrow everything opens up in Miami-Dade. I don't know how it is in New York. Are you?
Well, restaurants, as far as like opening up, as far as restaurants, 50% capacity for inside dining starting tomorrow.
Wow.
I mean, the cases have been going down, but also the testing has been going down. So it's like, no shit, no shit. There's not a lot of cases. We're not testing as much. We're not doing as many mass testing.
Wow.
But whatever. That's a conspiracy in itself.
Where's my tinfoil hat?
Conversation.
Yeah. But it's good to see some of these restaurants that are really struggling right now have like an opportunity to come back and come back fighting, bro.
Yeah. Or at least have a chance to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of places are just closing down left and right.
Yep.
Yeah. And it makes you think. Yeah, like Brass Taps.
Yeah, they closed down in Dadeland. Brass Tap in Dadeland.
Yeah, Brass Tap. Yeah, that's crazy.
Done.
That's super crazy.
Done for forever.
And then the malls too. Not even just the restaurants.
Yeah. My old job, Dave and Buster's, even at that, they're not opening up still.
Yeah.
But Buffalo Wild Wings is still open.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
They're still surviving. People coming for chicken wings.
I'm like, oh, okay. You guys are doing well. What's the secret sauce?
For real. It's the mango habanero, I swear to God.
It's a mango habanero.
There's crack in there or something.
You heard it first.
Breaking news on KNR.
But low key, it sucks because like I loved working in hospitality. Like now that I've had a chance to try different kinds of jobs, I love hospitality. I love working with people, and even though, it can be frustrating, I'm sure, you're on your feet, you're having fun, it's lit. And now I'm like, damn, it's going to be so hard to get a job in tourism, hospitality, travel. It's just all shutting down right now.
I think what makes serving so much fun for all of us is like the chance to be putting on a show as an actor, where you're directing, where you're leading, where you're creating your own script as you go, you're
It's
improvising.
literally a one-man show.
Like
Yeah.
I would go to different tables and I would say different names, different characters, and I would try to like keep in par with, like, I have this table that's hearing me with an English accent, and then I'm over here, I'm an Irish guy, and then over here I'm like Cubanazo, you know what I'm saying? And it also reflects off the tables that you're dealing with, like it's
As soon as you get there, you have to read the table.
yeah,
And then it's
man.
crazy because it's literally just like that. You turn into all these different characters at like each table, and then sometimes, I don't know if it happened to you, your characters get a little mixed up.
Yeah,
So
you have the
then-
crossover shows.
You have the crossover shows. So then, like, you're putting onto the table, like, "Hey, what's up, partner?" And they're like, "Bro, you
Como?
yeah, Donde está mi ranch?" So yeah, but yeah, like I went back for a little bit when things started to reopen, and it definitely was not the same.
Yeah. When you went back, it was inside seating, and then from one day to the next, it was only outside.
Only outside, and these guys don't have an outside area, so
Yeah.
yeah, you can imagine
Seven
that transition.
7-table.
7 tables, 5 servers.
Wow.
Yeah, please don't do the math. It's very depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it rains every other minute in Miami.
and it rains. Oh man, I'll walk out there with the plates, and then that's it. It'll just be raining on the food, and I'm going right back inside with the same plates on my arm. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I mean, that's great that at least it's great, and it's not, money-wise, it's great that they're opening 50% capacity. Here in New York, we still can't dine in. It's all outdoors right now.
Wow.
In a
It's
city,
so
imagine.
Yeah, well, in a very compact area too.
I mean, New York
Yeah.
definitely took it seriously, and we really did a good job at getting the numbers low.
Yeah. Over here, I don't know. How would you compare the two?
Our numbers are dropping at a very rapid rate, but I don't know if accurate's the word I would use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if accurate or real are words I would use for our numbers, but the only numbers we got, so therefore we transition with those numbers that we have.
Yeah. I mean, numbers are numbers. I think it's just Miami people being Miami people and being impatient.
Yeah,
Like, you can't hold these guys.
Patient.
You can't, bro. We go on social media, and sometimes I feel like I'm looking into different dimensions.
oh yeah, literally, like you're here like, oh my god,
Like, what hookah bar are you at 2 a.m. getting lit with no mask on? I'm literally looking like, what?
literally
What
like
planet is? And I'm looking like, oh, this had to be before, and it's like, nope, from today. And I see a little bottle service girl with a mask on, and I'm like, what am I watching right now?
Oh no, my favorite was when like things like reopened the first time and everybody got their $1,200 check, went to the strip club.
Yeah,
That was my favorite. I just see the strippers with the mask.
What happened?
Yeah.
To tell me, strippers.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Everything
Bro.
is off, but you got to keep the mask on.
I can
But
imagine that they
yeah.
got creative with it. They probably made like bodysuits or stuff with
You
masks.
you
like,
literally
little,
no, like those were the rules. I searched this up, research.
Right.
Right.
No, I mean, look, let me give you a perfect let me paint you a perfect picture. I was on standby at Dave and Buster's, like when when the government was talking about opening things back up. So I was going back and forth with them, like, hey, so what's up? What's going on? Blah blah blah. And then they didn't get approved to open up because they're listed as entertainment, but we sell food. But it's a big place, right? Whatever. So we opened up like 2 weeks after. But you know what opened up 2 weeks like prior? Strip clubs.
Strip clubs.
So I'm there on Twitter and social media, and I'm seeing like the promotion of like BTs.
Everybody's there.
And they're like,
Everybody.
come in for lunch, wear your mask. And I'm over here like, I can't get this arcade open. Are you kidding me? But you could go out and throw some money.
Make
like,
it rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
We know what Miami's priorities are.
No, it's crazy. And like the only rules that like they had to adhere from like what I read was they had to have gloves and the mask on the whole time. Outside of that, let's rock and roll.
So,
What a time!
I
to be
would.
alive.
I wish we would have gone just to like film like a little documentary.
I
like,
mean, bro.
what? Like a bunch of GoPros.
I mean, bro, in about 24 hours we can.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's a
super.
project.
Yeah.
Hey,
mean,
hey,
Shit, I'm about to do that too.
Round trip from New York to Miami is like what, $50?
bro. Let's party. Can our studio party? Yeah, no, strip clubs and liquor stores are definitely the name of the game in Miami for sure.
Oh,
They
liquor
will never
stores
close down.
are closed.
Oh,
They
what?
were essential.
Never.
You can't go to
Essential.
an AA meeting, but you could definitely get all the booze you want at a liquor store. It's
I
crazy.
get it, man. That shit was what kept us going.
Hey,
Yeah,
no,
cafecitos.
You would have seen some real looting.
Some real
happening.
looting, right? People just
Yeah.
breaking in.
Yeah, where's my fucking?
You want to
bottle?
keep me in my house and you want to deprive me of alcohol? There's no way. we're
There's
doing
no. What next? You're gonna send vegetables to my house? Is this a threat?
this. It's like a prohibition. He's like, give me your bottle of Jameson and eat a carrot.
I'll trade you.
I'm done.
It's not the same, Dad.
Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about sitting inside somewhere though. And then like you got movie theaters opening up. Like I like the idea of it. I think I like the concept more than the actual action. You know what I'm saying? Because like I think of sitting in a movie theater right now. I'm like,
Yeah, me too. Not appealing.
Not there yet. Not there yet. And I want to go watch a movie so bad.
But I'm happy for these guys. I'm happy that they have an opportunity to make money. Just like not.
They
from
gotta
me.
handle it. They gotta handle
Yeah.
it the right way.
Just like not from me though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not there yet.
If Disney owned the movie theaters, then would you go?
I just might.
so,
I just might.
so in case you didn't know, Raul's a huge Disney advocate. Just recently went.
Yeah, I just did. I just went
Because
last
Disney's
week.
been open since like the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, like these guys closed down for like 2 months.
Like 2 months.
2 months. Yeah, no, these guys are in full effect. They have hand sanitizers, mask. Hey, get your mask. All types of mask and hand sanitizer stations, like 5 in one corner.
Yeah, but you
Like,
expect that. If anybody's
yeah.
gonna like lead the way in what life is gonna be throughout COVID and
Yeah.
a little bit after, who would it be?
Disney for sure. And then and then before you walk in, you got temperature checks and
Yeah,
these guys are.
You
set up.
can't rush into any of this, and I tell that to anybody
Yeah.
that like, oh, I want to go out, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna stop you from going out, and nor should anybody stop anybody from going out, because then you're just like throwing your views down their throat. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's not just views, it's science, and I trust science and I trust doctors. But fuck it. You want to go out, okay? But if you go out, bro, please make it easier for me to stay at home, knowing that you're safe and you're doing everything that you can to not spread this. Can you just think about that for 1 second? Think about all the abuelitas out there that can't see their grandchildren, can't attend weddings, can't go, attend birthdays because they're scared of
Funerals, all of it. Yeah.
And that's where it hits home to me, bro. That's where, because we're young. We're all relatively young. As Stephanie already said, she's 18. We're leaning closer to late 20s. We really gotta be the voice, bro.
I'm actually 45, but that's okay.
See, I knew it. You didn't go to Ferguson with this guy. You're a narc. You're a narc.
Same
Don't
class.
go-
What are you talking about? Wait, right?
I haven't seen a ring.
Don't blow my cover. I actually didn't get a ring.
How
either.
did you guys know each other in Ferguson? You guys have a class together?
We took
I don't
a
did.
class together, I think.
Was it
We-
dance?
No, it wasn't dance. We did not dance together.
No, it wasn't dance. Raul was really in that class. I didn't just say that to throw it out there.
Dance class though. Like I wasn't a dancer because I focused more on theater, but I took one dance class.
Yeah, I took dance my junior year for a year. That was fun. I had fun. But no, we went on the bus together. That's how.
Look at that.
Yeah, the people you meet on the bus, bro.
Hey, some of those friends that I went on bus with, there's the twins.
Oh yeah.
man.
You and
Alex,
the twins went on
Alex
the
and
bus together.
Brandon. Yeah.
What was that like? A lot of
my God,
ruckus.
twins.
Do you remember them? Alex and Brandon Byers, dude? Yo, Brandon's deep into acting right now. He got some headshots done, finished school, and this guy's getting hit up every day on backstage, dude.
That's what's up.
Not backpage, guys. Backstage, please.
Backstage.
I know it's backstage. No, because people look at me with this face. They're like, Backpage is still open. I'm like, no, he's not an escort, dude.
Man.
It's for, oh man, right? Writes down notes. Brandon buys headshots.
Backstage? Question mark.
Backstage question mark.
I I make like question mark pictures, like you know the picture, but I put a question mark over it.
Yeah.
And that's right. Backstage is
Connected to like a bunch of things, like
yeah, because I'm
strip clubs, backstage,
backstage.
Finca, Ferguson. It's all connected.
What are we doing? Then it's just a plan,
FBI sent me a text. Keep it down over there.
and it's just a plan for one long night. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, yo, my FBI agent, can you just send me some sushi today? Like, the least you could do is hook it up with some,
Please.
but no.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do is get your information.
Right?
you know,
Like,
and then they flip it, bro. Like, at least, like, yo,
send
break me off.
Send me
break
some
me
screenshots
off,
at least of
bro.
what I look like.
You know,
bro.
break me off. Like, at least,
Tell me I have spinach in my fucking teeth,
Bro,
bro.
like-
Like something.
yo, like, stop. Like, see the people that I'm gonna go meet up with, and be like, yo, that's not the move. That's not the move.
Help me help you, sir.
No, just help me.
No, just help me, please.
Just help me.
Lead me, but when I want to be led.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man. So, we talked about Ferguson. So you were a flight attendant before this. Recently, we hit the furloughs.
Yeah,
What was that like?
We just got our furlough letters last week. We were all expecting it, to be honest, at least the junior people. But yeah, and I went and got myself a new job to prepare for it. And now I have a new job, and I'm like, get me out of here. But flying was
Get me
fun,
out of here.
and I'll probably go back eventually. Maybe not if I discover something else on the way, but yeah.
I mean, what a great job that is. I mean, my best friend, his fiance was a flight attendant, so she's dealing with something very similar, and you know, she like yourself really, really, really loved that job. There was nothing like it, nothing could compare. She's in that little like rut of looking for something else, but you can't compare it to traveling around the world, meeting new people, like connecting with.
That's like
Yeah, dude. And then the benefits too, you get to fly for free or at a discounted price. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that.
yeah.
Yeah, and then all the different places that you get to travel to as well. That, like, I'm sure that you've seen some crazy places that you probably never expected to.
You know what, man? It was a whole lifestyle. I got
Wow.
so used to it. I was so spoiled. My mentality was every 2 months a trip. Where am I going?
Right.
Wow.
No, I'd rather go to Costa Rica. Like who, you know, like what a blessing to think that way. And that job allowed me to. But yeah, what I'm noticing right now is how the job is stressful in other ways, schedule, passengers. But my job right now, I'm taking a lot of work home and it's stressful and I'm not used to this. You know, I am someone who likes to enjoy life, work hard, but when work is done, play hard.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, the shock of these jobs that are out here are not for me. So I'm going to need this pandemic to get it together.
Yeah, please, somebody.
Yeah, a 9 to 5 is definitely not for everybody, as I think we've touched base on quite a few times here. Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of 9 to 5s as well. So, and then through the situation that puts you in a job that you don't able to be at, it probably makes you resent it a little bit more.
Yeah, what have you done as far as any mental health practices that you could share with us, and to not completely spiraling and not like just beating yourself up or being depressed,
Or just, losing your shit?
because granted, we know that especially when something closes down on you, unexpected, it's out of your control. Like you did nothing wrong. We both know what that feels like, and the toll that it could have on you as a human. And a lot of people that reach out to us also speak about that. So how did you cope with all that?
I'm still coping. I'll give you an example of today. So, dealing with the pandemic, the changes in jobs and everything is one thing, but what about those people who had mental health issues before and were dealing with things before? Now imagine a whole pandemic comes and you're like, you have to, you know what I mean? So to be a little transparent here, had things to deal with before this pandemic. But You know what's so crazy to me? Yeah, I'm upset that I'm furloughed. I'm upset that the jobs are changing. But I'm kind of just focusing on what I can control. And instead of, I mean, I still kind of do it, but instead of wallowing in, oh, I hate this job, I want the pandemic to be over, which I kind of just said that because I'm not perfect, but I've been working on not just wallowing in that, but using that as a lesson. Like, now I know this is not for me. I've tried this. I feel like when you experience what you don't want in life, that is just clarity for you to know in the future what you do want more of. So this job I have now, I'm realizing, I always said I want a big girl job, whatever the fuck that means. Now I have a whole ass big girl job and I'm like, this is not for me. I wouldn't have known it if I didn't try it. And now I'm realizing, oh, sitting behind a desk 9 to 5 is not for me. Taking work home is not for me. This is great because now I know that this is not for me and I can continue looking for what suits me best. So that's how I'm handling that. Kind of dealing with it for now because you got to make that money. But now I'm excited for the future because I'm like, I know what I want with more clarity. So that's that part. But talking about more like personal things, what I find is connecting to yourself, whatever that is for you. If you're Muslim, if you're Christian, whatever that is for you, pray to your God, read your book. You know what I mean? For me, it means I don't adhere to a particular label or religion personally. If you do, good on you. But what I'm saying is connect to that process. For me, it's sitting down, lighting some palo santo or some incense or some sage. I like to meditate with my hands open to the universe, open to receiving goodness, open to letting go of bad, and just living in that world for at least 10 minutes a day. And you'd be surprised how hard it is to just do something for yourself for 10 minutes a day. Like, oh, I'm busy. Oh, no, I have to do this. 10 minutes a day, my guy. Like, just sit down, get into that groove and ground yourself. So I've been working on that, and that really does help me deal with a lot. And journaling.
Like writing?
Yeah, just stream of consciousness writing. This happened today. Da 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 da. I felt like this. I'm hungry now. I'm gonna go make some. Just write. And then when you look back, you realize, oh, there's a pattern here, or oh, that should change in my life because look at how it's made me feel for 5 days in a row. Things like that.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. As far as writing goes, I could relate 100%. I recently picked up writing throughout everything that's been going on through COVID and the shutdowns. Um and I would always think to myself, when I would do something bad, like something that wouldn't be good for my health or for my growth, I would try to bottle it up, like if and not like share with anybody or myself. And then I started doing like sharing it through my writing and speaking about how I would feel after I would do something negatively towards me or towards, just in general, whether it was being lazy or just not getting up for the run or not getting up for meditators or blowing up someone that wanted to do yoga, anything. I write it down and I write how I feel after that. And when you express that emotion and you release it, you could go back and physically see it, and then you wouldn't be prone to do it the next time. So I'm on board with that 100%. I think that's very, very important. And if I think everybody should just give it a chance.
Yeah, I definitely agree with about everything. Yeah, no, hey man, it was very, very accurate in my opinion. I have a journal. I write in it all the time. There's a lot of wacky shit in there, but hey, it's how I feel at that moment, and it's for me. I'm doing it for myself. So yeah, so I could definitely relate to you on that. I wish I could clear my head for 10 minutes a day. I try to do that. It doesn't work out for me. There's too much noise, but the journaling works out for me better for sure.
The thing is, you don't always clear your head. Sometimes I'm sitting in my meditation and the only thing I do is think. the entire 10 minutes. But at least I'm trying. That's how I think about it. And you don't become good at quieting your mind in a day. Like it takes time, and it takes it being a habit, which I have been on and off with. But when it is a habit for me, I really see a difference in my mindfulness. But yeah, it doesn't happen in a day.
I think one of the best ways to meditate, which I recently found out about through one of my good friends, it would be after working out. Like I'm talking about, like immediately after working out, you go into a nice meditation, which is kind of crazy when they first got brought up to me, because I'm like, why would I want to meditate after just like being so alterado? Like, I'm working out, I'm running out. And then he broke it down for me as far as like, you know, like you have pure oxygen flowing through your body because of how much you're breathing. You got your blood moving everywhere from your heads to your toes, and your mind is working at another level, and you're motivating yourself. So then granted, everybody for the most part, I would think, feels good about themselves after they work out. And if you take that feeling of goodness on top of your body being at its peak physique and you go into a meditation, bro, my God, it's unlike I've never connected with the universe and myself better than trying it out through that style. Once again, going into it already motivated, like, yeah, I'm gonna I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I got a nice workout. I woke up before everybody, and I'm gonna go into this meditation. And then you go throughout the rest of your day just preaching goodness and being full of light, you know, which is, I mean, that's how you want to start your day every morning. But granted, it's not easy. It's
definitely not easy. And I guess that's part of but that's part of the reward.
Yeah.
Doing that consistently to the point that it's not hard.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it's ever easy, but it doesn't have to be hard.
For sure. And in regards towards what you said in the first part of the answer that you gave us for the questions that we asked. Sorry, I'm talking in third person. What would you change as far as when you were, if you would change anything when you were a flight attendant? Like, would you have done anything different now that you don't have that accessibility to be a flight attendant?
Well, for me personally, and I'm not sure if other flight attendants can relate, I was going to school while I was flying. So I was taking classes online to finish my bachelor's, and I finished in June. So I was like, finally, I get to enjoy flying without having to go to the hotel room, open my laptop, and work. But I never got that experience because COVID, but I would have liked to enjoy the job with more freedom to enjoy my layovers, to enjoy the travel, to enjoy my coworkers. So there's that. I feel like I kind of found a balance between taking advantage of the benefits and also getting my schoolwork done. I was literally in Costa Rica writing an essay at the bar. Like, you know, I did the damn thing. I found a way, but I would have done that differently. Maybe when everything gets back to normal, I'll experience it without being a student. And yeah, I guess not talking about school, I would have just said yes more often when people invited me out. Instead of like, no, I have to stay in and do this assignment. Just say yes. Just go. Just go. Like, there's no other job like that, so I would have just said yes.
That's so spot on. I feel like there's a lot of people that could relate to just that aspect of life, taking more chances and going out a little bit more. A lot of people are out here, like, I mean, granted, everybody's sad. I know you're sad about the hospitality tourism industry getting crippled through COVID.
Demolished.
Completely just, flip. But I do have a sense of hope for what's to come with that industry after, which is going to be a new generation of business owners for that, fresh new ideas, no closed minds. And it's almost going to be like a renaissance. Like, I think that when people are going to be able to go out, businesses are going to be able to get loans out to open up places. You're going to see all these people that haven't been going out in months just, yeah, let's go. Hey, you want to go over here? Yeah, absolutely. Is it cool? Is it cool if I invite more people? Yeah. So you're really going to see it just, and it sucks but it sucks where it's at now, but you have to have a sense of hope. Like I have the sense of hope that we are going to hit a renaissance period for restaurants, cruise ships. You're going to see people traveling to places that they've never traveled before. You're going to see economies all over the place start booming, all through tourism, traveling and eating and watching and just soaking in what, you know, what life is all about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Profound gratitude for life and exploration.
Yeah, man. And think about all the ideas that people are plotting now while there's nothing going on. You know, like, I mean, bro, we started a podcast.
Yeah. You asked us before we started what led to this.
Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. So we've talked about this many times before. Like, hey, let's start a podcast. Let's start making movies. Let's start doing sketches. Let's do that. But we didn't do anything. We were fucking around. I was fucking around. He was fucking around. And then, you know, we lost the opportunity to fuck around because, well, the world kind of closed. You know what I mean? From one day to another, we were super broke and unemployed. And yeah, luckily we were able to scrounge up, and we decided, hey, what better time to start to, I guess, for lack of a better term, pursue your dreams.
I mean, we were for a couple of weeks, we would hang out a lot, and we would be talking about what's going on in the world for hours on end. We just sit down in my room or in my garage and just go in on just Google News, CNN, MSNBC, blah, 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 COVID, this. And then on top of that, we started watching a lot more podcasts. I started branching out to other podcasts aside from Joe Rogan, which is my favorite, my go-to.
Yeah.
He's the one that put me on.
That was like the foundational.
So then I started you know, listening to a couple of different other shows, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. We started sending each other podcasts. So we started talking about news and podcasting, and we're like, you know what, this is pretty cool. Let's get a laptop. So we got laptops, and we're like, okay, this is really cool. So then imagine we got laptops, and we're like, bro, I can look at news all day now. I don't have to get distracted by Instagram likes.
I can find everything.
Everything's to my disposal.
And like, I didn't have social media for the last like year and a half.
Yeah, I didn't have social media for almost 3 years.
Yeah. So imagine we didn't have that. So literally, it was nice to have our news in a direct form, other than you're trying to sell me some shit, or, oh, look at this person's fun vacation, or look at this girl's ass, or whatever. No, I mean, that's
the truth. That's the truth. That's what pops up on the feed.
That's literally what pops up on the feed. So yeah, but then we started to realize that we find all these news sources and they're not even accurate. Like,
that's what really because then we would see people on Twitter and Facebook just reblogging and retweeting articles and just the headlines, but then you read them and you're like, this is completely inaccurate. Why are you spreading this?
Then it's not even like the actual article. It's a picture of the headline of the article with like no link or anything to it. So like,
and then they would type in, told you, I told the left side, or I told the right side, I'm the winner, you're the loser. It's like, why is that what it's all about? Stop being such a one-upper. Why can't we all be on the same frequency and move forward together? Like, so then obviously we got tired of it. We got laptops. We're like, fuck it, let's get some microphones. We got an interface. We created another company on the side called Something Divine that we're in the process.
We're working on a few projects for that.
Yeah, coming out with movies and commercials. So we're like, fuck it, let's all just.
The fucking world ended, you know? What else were we going to do?
Our resume is nothing but hospitality and tourism.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get a job, bro. I was working overnight at McDonald's for like months, just getting paid to like set up the studio, getting paid to get a new microphone or a new headset.
Yeah. Like as soon as we came across any money, I do like Postmates and Instacart or whatever on the side, but primarily this is about it for me at this point. And yeah. All right, cool. We need to go get a microphone. Well, I got to go put in 12, 13 hours on the road. Let's go get these fucking microphones. And we have a few moves coming up that we can't announce just yet, but we're very excited and
super excited.
And we're putting in the work. So we feel like we've been earning it.
And now we're here. Knowledge, nonsense, and reasoning. We're gonna cut to these guys were just dancing. What the fuck was I watching?
I thought I was watching a YouTube video. But during the break, though, we brought up the Mick. I've had some great times at the Mick. For those who don't know, the Mick is a Miccosukee casino here in Miami, Florida.
As west as Miami gets.
And a little bit more. And yeah, it was great. because it was only casino 18 plus.
I love casinos. I like
I
that's
love
like a
'em.
guilty pleasure of mine. Like
I
not
love
that I
'em.
love gambling or that I'm like addicted to gambling, but I just love that like oh jackpot, wow, everybody cool. You're at a table and some guy wins 1,000 or you win some money. Like, yeah, good times. Usually casinos have good food too. Like,
No, for sure. Yeah, like I don't like to gamble too much except with my life choices
yeah,
sometimes. But like being in a casino, it's a ball.
it is.
Yeah, it's a great time.
And that's like the MIG, dude. That's like the MIG is just like a like that's like a casino at its finest. You walk in, you're there.
It's like a Toyota.
But like
know what
when
I
you go
mean?
to like a casino like the Hard Rock or casinos like in
The Hard-
Vegas, you have like shows and live music and great food.
The
and
Hard Rock is the best.
That's the best.
I was there like 2 months ago. It was the
I love the
best.
Hard
It
Rock.
was so lovely. It's so nice. Have you gotten a chance to go? Well, like during your travels over here?
Have you seen the guitar?
Have you seen the guitar?
Wow. When I was in Miami, I went to the MIC when I was 18 because I thought I was hot shit. And I was like, when you go, they give you like some free money.
Yeah, and you always win.
I was like, hey, I walked out with something. I have not seen the guitar, the big guitar, but I want to. I've been to the Hard Rock, obviously in New York, which is really fun. And I haven't gone to the Hard Rock anywhere else, but I also do like casinos because of the ambiance, not necessarily because of the gambling. So I think that is something that I'll explore more, just to be in that energy.
Oh, most definitely. It's just like that Wolf of Wall Street. Like, I don't know. It's something. It's just.
Yeah. See, so when everything reopened and like how we brought up the strip clubs, I didn't go to the strip club. I went to the casino instead. So
Thank God.
I mean, hey, at least I have a chance at coming home with something.
Right?
I mean, there's always a chance, I guess, right? But anyways. Yeah. So anyway.
Me is crying.
Yeah.
What?
What'd you say?
I said the feminist in me is crying.
Please.
Yeah, no, it's rough. It's super rough. But anyways, I went to the casino instead, and it was a ball. But yeah, I definitely got caught up in the gambling. Lots of blackjack. I've never played blackjack like at a table like that before.
So you just came into the room and just try to wing it?
Malcolm, our friend Malcolm, shout out to Malcolm. He was teaching me kind of like we play at his house all the time, but I don't play casino. And then yeah, I kind of winged it. I was winning at first, and then I wasn't, and then I lost.
And then I lost.
And then I wallowed in my sorrow for sure.
I heard the tone in his voice just, and then I lost.
I was like, no, not my microphones.
So what have you been doing to what new hobbies have you picked up now since we can't really go out and do much aside from dancing?
I dance a lot. I love dancing. But you said aside from dancing, I do a lot of research on different topics, kind of nerdy, I guess, but I like to just, like you guys were talking about fake news, I like to just dig and see what's real. I loved research in college, so I'm also kind of getting into the beauty industry. Like it's a new found thing that I like aesthetics and facials and lash extensions and stuff like that, which I never thought I'd be into, but hey, like I actually really enjoy it, and gonna take some courses and stuff. Maybe I'll be a little entrepreneur and do a little beauty business. I don't know, but it's crazy because if it wasn't for this whole thing, I would have never discovered that, to be honest, because I would, I would have never thought about it.
Right.
I've been trying to pick my guitar back up here, as you can see it. And yeah, keeping busy.
That's good.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what you have to do at this point. What's the other option? Just literally stare at the four walls?
Stare at the four walls or go crazy following coverages and racial injustices and
watching KNR podcasts.
Or watching KNR podcasts.
Yeah, definitely consuming lots of good media, good movies, good art. It's a good time to, they said that when Shakespeare was quarantined, he wrote, what was it? He wrote a play. It's a good time to be creative because what else is there to do?
Creators will create, especially if you give them nothing to do. That you're going to be able to come out with, whatever's on their minds. Right now I'm writing two little like psycho thrillers, so that's I kind of like that's where like my head's at right now. Like I'm super invested in like the unknown and all this, and just
Like,
twists and turns, because I guess because my life is so, not that it's boring right now, but just since we can't do that much or go out and see that much, like that's kind of like I want like a sense of excitement in my life, adrenaline, like, so I'm taking it out on my writing, and everything that I've been producing lately have just been like mystery psycho thrillers. It's just been a blast.
Yes.
so it's like plays or fiction book.
We're trying. I'm writing them. Well, I'm writing them for a project that we're both directing,
Gotcha.
which would be a short film.
Nice.
But we're also talking about like we like the writing so much that like I wouldn't mind writing like a book and then turning it into whatever, get it into a book, and then wherever goes from there goes from there. But initially it was for a short film, and that's my main focus. Once the short film is released, then I'm gonna it's like 14 pages. It's nothing long. I want to take a look at it and expand on certain things, because it's pretty cool. Red Like Wine coming out sometime soon. Sometime soon. I think Steven's birthday is December 9th. So I'm trying to, Steven is a good friend of ours. He's an actor, great guy. Was on the show a couple months back.
Musician as well. Runo Music. Search him up.
Very cool guy. Awesome. Really good friend of ours. But he's going to be the lead role. And I kind of low-key was like December 9th. That's your birthday.
Yeah.
We're going to try to release it that day.
Hey, mine's on the 5th. So right around there too.
Yeah.
When's yours?
December 13th.
Oh, really?
Wow. So I'm the 5th. He's the 9th, and you're the 13th.
Look at that, bro.
Hysterical. Yeah. Well, we have that one. We have another smaller, more intimate project coming out as well before that. That's probably going to be like 15 minutes max, that we're just working on, literally us two. We have a couple people that are going to help us with I guess basically like the production
with editing and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that those are our hobbies right now. That's what we're really.
Yeah, like this is what we do. Like literally all day we're like, all right, what could we write? Like I've been getting into poetry. I never really cared for poetry, but I've been having fun with that. And then so I do a lot of like talking, like I work a lot of like the talking points, because sometimes we like have talking points if we have like a special artist or whatever coming on. So my head is very like journalism, like, so I'm just reading news all day, just like all day. I'm like, reading articles. Like he gets tired of it because I'm always sending him random articles all day.
I can't keep up, bro. I can't. I'm like, fuck, bro.
Yeah, and then like sometimes like if I see like a bunch of police officers going in one direction, I'm like, damn, what are these guys up to? What's happening over here? And
that Nightcrawler vibe,
dude.
where you're just kind of like slowly but following them. You're like, what's going on?
I have definitely super followed the action.
I'll follow Jake Gyllenhaal to the end of time.
Yeah, and like it's a weird thing because like I feel like sometimes like they know that you're following the action too, because like
look at this junkie over here.
Like,
look at this little adrenaline junkie just following us. Could you imagine that's how they talk in the cop car?
I mean, yeah. Like a month ago, I was driving by. I'm not gonna say exactly what area because
you're a narc and it's confidential. I caught you.
Sorry, guys. Don't fire me, please. We're in the middle of a pandemic. So yeah, I follow these guys, and like I'm driving by. They're setting up to do like what looks like a raid. I was like, I need to get a video footage of this for the podcast. Great. So yeah, that didn't work out at all. These guys like if you stopped, you got like 5 people coming up to you, like just walking in your general direction. Yeah, absolutely. So that's just where my head's at right now. It's interesting. I never expected to really care about these type of things.
That's awesome. You're a journalist. Yeah, low key.
You had said that through doing research on certain topics, you use the word nerdy. I wouldn't use that word, man. I would think that it's something that's enlightening, to go out and learn. You're literally you're learning about so many different things, and you're also learning how people's actions are perceived on a viewer's level, and then you go, and then that view might change by the next article or the next video or the next audio clip that you find. It's just a lot, man. It's just like it's very like like I feel like after a day of just researching, you're there like no one talk to me, where's my wine?
Yeah,
Bad Bunny, take me home. You know what I'm saying?
Ignorantes for sure. Yeah, like this happens to us all the time, that like we will be researching all day, and like by the end, like we don't even fucking want to talk to each other. We're literally like, the world's such a fucking tainted place. Yeah, but you know, you have to find some optimism in it and some hope.
Too.
Oh, and by the way, King Lear was the play that Shakespeare wrote in quarantine.
Glad you looked that up.
Gotcha.
We're here to help.
Yeah,
Raul's here to help.
sometimes I help out. Sometimes the other times I just write his coattails and say I helped out. Kind of like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, you know. So, yeah, you seen Good Will Hunting. But
I would hope.
but yeah. So what's been like your favorite thing that you've realized about yourself throughout this quarantine?
Wow, you're asking some loaded questions. I guess one thing I've realized is that I don't like to work for other people.
I retweet on that for sure.
That's a really
Fucking 9 to 5.
question. What I have realized is that I mean, you guys right now are super inspiring. I was very much into my art, and then kind of like life just took over. So I'm feeling inspired to do what I want to do. I went to college, I did the thing, I did what everyone else said I should do, and now I'm kind of in a place where like I need to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Yo hago lo que me da la gana. Like that's my vibe right now. So it's very freeing. I feel like I am so firm in who I am right now, and it's so empowering. Like this is what I believe. I'm open to considering your ideas about life and what I should do, but at the end of the day, I know who I am. Obviously open, but you need to have that balance of like being open and knowing who the hell you are, and I think I'm understanding that now. But yeah.
Hey, preach.
Yeah.
Preach. Snaps all around. Applause.
For sure.
I love it. I
For
love
sure.
it. Self-empowerment is the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. And if you couldn't find it throughout this quarantine, man, then you got to work a little bit harder, because this transition and having to close your group of friends, having to ground yourself and focus solely on yourself has been one of the most beautiful things that I've experienced in my eyes, in my life. I mean, and also when other people like yourself talk about it. Because then I'm there, like right there with you, like in full support. Like, let's go. We're heading in the same direction. We're on different paths, though. But we've got the same. We've all got
Same waves, though.
Yeah, we're on the same frequency,
Same
bro.
frequencies, for
I
sure.
love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, no, and it's just great to hear like things like that, because then like it's like, yeah, you know what, you're right. Like, and then sometimes people just don't hear like positive answers like that. Like a lot of people are just surrounded in that negativity of I'm stuck at home, so they don't even try to like better themselves, which is a shame, because what better time than when you're stuck at home? It's not up to you. It's really not. In some ways you're literally held hostage from going to work. But take advantage of that. Work on yourself. Just because you're not working for somebody else doesn't mean you can't work. And I think a lot of people are learning that right now.
For sure.
Yeah, like fuck a 9 to 5. Quote me on that.
Now I'm working again, like a lot, and you definitely should take advantage of those moments when you can just bask in yourself and what you want to do and your creativity, and
Yeah, that's about it. It's either you're gonna work on yourself or not at this point, or you fold. Which, you know, hey, I get it. I could see why people are folding, but you have to find that even if it's not within yourself. I get it. You're not supposed to, you know, you're supposed to be the source of your happiness. I get it, but sometimes people just can't put it together. But if you could at least find some type of source of happiness or motivation, it's a start, I think.
Today, actually, I was a little transparent. Had a little traumatizing experience, not an argument, because I wasn't arguing. It was just a difficult conversation about a traumatic experience. And I started shaking like uncontrollably, but I didn't let myself, like, as soon as I felt that my energy was going to tip lower, I was like, no, I need to play some music. I need to light my incense. And that's the work. Like, that is self-care. Is it going to be perfect every day? No, but being self-aware of, oh, my energy's going down. This triggered me. I need to do something and get to know what works for you. For me, it's a particular musician and Palo Santo. You know,
Yeah.
that's the work. Some people don't know that yet. It's everybody's on their own journey. Everybody folds sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely folded.
You
a
got to
couple
do
times.
laundry for sure.
You gotta.
You can't sit in your shit, right? You know, you got to fold sometimes for sure. But it's about recognizing, look, ask him, like, sometimes he gets a little bit mad at me for this. I'm definitely one to, like, take your L's, sit in it for a second and think about why. And, like, you're not supposed to dwell, which I totally get it, but I like to dwell in it for a little bit. A little bit. Just because, you know, you examine on, all right, why am I putting myself in these positions? Sometimes constantly.
That, I wouldn't say that's, there's a, I guess wallowing is different.
Yeah.
Wallowing in it. Dwelling, I don't know, the way you framed it is kind of not what I'm talking about. Yes, you have to not, like, I'm not talking about toxic positivity here. You have to live in your shit for a while.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you gotta embrace the shit.
For like 1 week max.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Rock it out, evaluate, be strategic, and then continue.
But you have to acknowledge and sometimes embrace it is what I think.
Which is awesome to hear from you, because so many people, especially men, don't let themselves feel their emotions because they have to have this persona of being masculine and strong and put together and like provider, I guess. But in reality, you know, I was thinking about this yesterday. The word gentleman has the word gentle in it. So to be a man, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, to be a good man, whatever that means to you, but let's just use a general word. To be a
The
good man,
societal version of that. Right.
you have to be a gentle man. That doesn't mean like don't get in touch with your masculinity, but what if that is getting in touch with your masculinity? Being able to say, I'm sad today, let me just experience this and see why, and then move on. Instead of like, nah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
That was a great.
No, that was insane. Okay. Yeah, we gotta put that in
I'm
some.
good, man.
It's all good, dog.
I've definitely said that.
Fuck
Yeah,
that
man,
shit.
just leave me alone. I'm fucking good, bro.
Fuck that shit, bro. I don't care. Yeah.
Look, I agree with you. I think that it's a lot easier to be masculine and be all like rah, you know, rah rah rah, than it is to be gentle like a butterfly. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's a lot harder to get in tune with your feminine side, you know, to be able to just be sad and feel your emotions and talk to them and you know, not go through the motions, but feel your emotions.
We'll go through the emotion.
Yeah, don't just jump over it, don't avoid it. Like, you know, just sit down and become tuned with yourself, man.
The good and the bad.
Way. Like you said, Raul, like this has been happening. Why is this happening? Where can I go?
Yeah.
I mean, I as a woman, I have my balance of masculine and feminine energies. Like I have my masculine qualities too, but that makes me a complete woman, I feel. I know, talking about gender, I identify as a woman. Like that makes me feel like a complete woman, is being in touch with all of that.
And that's what's up. Yeah. Like for sure. Like I'm definitely a lot happier now. Like growing up and probably till like 22. Probably 22. It was very you gotta keep your emotions, you gotta be a man, because guess what, people, like, for the most part, don't want to hear your shit, especially if you're a guy. Unfortunately, that's a societal standard,
Especially here in Miami.
And well, this is all I know personally. So imagine nobody wants to hear, oh, I'm sad because this didn't work out for me or this and that. No, unfortunately. So you have to accept that about yourself, I think. And then being a Hispanic guy in Miami, well, you have some mental hurdles that you got to jump at that point, because growing up, I was definitely not, embraced to, hey, talk about how you feel, express that. It's you gotta put that shit down, G, and you gotta keep hustling, keep moving. Worry about it later in your spare time.
Which
So yeah,
I mean,
what?
that is still valuable sometimes, but you have to take care of yourself. But that's
Yeah,
art can be a vehicle for that, and it's great that you guys are really creating stuff out here.
thank you. We're trying. We're definitely trying.
I'm a little butterfly.
Oh no, I'm super soft. Yeah, like I like to talk about my feelings all the time. I don't care. It's cool. It's definitely nice to feel.
To be honest, like let's talk about dating for a quick sec.
Go for it.
I
Dating, you said?
prefer dating, like
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah, sure. Drop it for sure.
meeting someone, right? I love masculine energy, but to me, if I can't communicate with you and have you communicate back, it's not going to work. And how do you become a good communicator? By being in touch with who you are and what you're going through and being okay with sharing it, even if it's hard, even if it's, I'm sad today. Because then, if you're not able to share that with yourself, how are you going to be able to share it with someone else? You will never be emotionally available for a healthy relationship, the way that I define a healthy relationship, at least. But yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that going into any relationship, communication is always key. But I think that being in tune with who you really are and both sides of masculinity and feminism, to be able to cultivate who you really are in order to be able to listen to your significant other, because you don't want to just be masculine and you get brought a certain, like, like a scenario where it's not a masculine problem, you might not know how to react. So I think that's very important. And the more you know about yourself, the easier it is to speak how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great take on that.
I
Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah, it's literally just you have to embrace that side, and I think I I, I don't think it's hard to embrace it. I think it's hard to be willing to embrace it because you don't get a lot of brownie points for being cool with your feelings. You don't your friends are gonna shit on you.
yeah
Your friends are gonna shit on you,
yeah
and then shoot. Depending on what type of girls you're dating, they're gonna shit on you too. Why the fuck are you being so soft, dude?
I mean,
That's
no,
a
don't follow. Like, you need to be solution oriented too. That's
yeah.
balance.
Yeah, that's the thing. But like people are so scared of even rocking the boat that they just forget to even process those feelings as well.
Lots of
Because yeah, and that's definitely toxic.
yeah I think dating overall is like not by chance or by faith, but if you really think about it, if you really break it down, in order to be with someone that you could really spend a good amount of your life with, if not all of your life with, it's all sometimes by chance with who you are at that moment. Because for me, I hit a cycle every 2 years. I've learned this about myself. Every 2 years, I'll go with a certain mindset for 2 years, and then something happens, something in my body, something in my brain, something in my soul just switches, and I have a cycle every 2 years. Don't ask me why. I don't know how, but that's just me. That's the universe telling me. That's the knowledge that the universe has given me, and I ride with it. Might be accurate, might be not. Right. So now we put that into play. We talk about who you are at that given moment of your life, meeting that other person, who and what they're about, and then that also ties in with timing, what friends you have around at that time when you meet them. Will they be supportive? Will they not? I could tell you that maybe 2 years ago I was dating someone, but the people around me were like, nah, let's keep on going now, let's keep on partying, we're a bunch of good looking guys, let's go. Opposed to my friends now would be like, yo, you got a great woman, let's go out on like a little kayaking ride with my
Yeah,
girlfriend, let's much more a lot calmer things,
yeah, for
so then
sure.
granted to be, and I mean it sucks because it's all through trial and error. For me, it's all been through trial and error, seeing like, learning from past mistakes and past relationships, and then trying to apply it into new ones. But I started doing that for a minute, and that didn't work. So it ties back into learning who you are, and then just leaving sometimes, asking the universe for it, and then just making the action to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I sit down and I'm like, I want to find someone that will build an empire with me. I want to find someone that will go on adventures with me, that will be able to talk to me, that we could help each other, not fix each other, but help each other. And in helping each other, we will fix each other and we will glue each other together as a fucking unit. And fuck. Like I mean, it's the truth.
No, for sure. But unfortunately, the more ambitious your goals are, the least likely you're gonna meet somebody with those same ambitions.
In that, and specifically in those certain
A
times,
lot of shit
your
has to go
life,
right.
Yeah,
A lot of shit has to go right for sure.
but that's what love is. That's what makes it so special.
A
The
bunch of shit
realization
going
of
right.
literally all the stars just, and it's all that energy where you're just, it's hitting you like this is a perfect time, this is the perfect girl, or this is a perfect guy,
Like
this is a perfect song, this is a perfect plate of food, this is a perfect setting. Everything has to be. And even at that, people get that and it still doesn't work out.
and so yeah, because like it's finite, that like that feeling is like when people say, oh, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Well, yeah, that's happiness. You don't stay at happy. You don't put happy in your GPS and you hop in your little fucking Toyota and you drive there and oh, I arrived to happy. No, it's a fucking pit stop at most. You go, you fill up some gas. Hopefully you have enough gas to get you to your next point of happiness. But yeah, that's how I view it. So love would be the same thing. You got to maintain that shit. You gotta love it. You gotta grow it, and you have to respect it and embrace it. It goes back to what you talked about before. Yeah, bro. I personally fucked up a bunch of relationships because I want to go out. I wanted to go be that guy. You want the best of both worlds, and because you're divided and you can't pick one. See, like now, I know what I would pick without a doubt in my mind, and I know you do too.
Bad Bunny, baby. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Si tú me amas,
But yeah,
yo te amo, dude.
but yeah. So on that end, and I'm sure that you have some similar experiences, maybe. And so, but what did it take to fucking realize all these things? You hurt some people. You got hurt. Shit did not go the way you would have liked it to. So I guess that's why we do embrace it.
How do you feel about all this nonsense that we just blurred out of our mouth?
Oh, dude, like I'm pouring my heart out. I don't care.
True. Like sometimes the timing is just not right. No one's willing to compromise, and one person needs to grow. Another person, it just depends on where you are. I've experienced that where like I was dating someone that was great and apparently wanted to like build something together, but they were still stuck on going out with all of their girlfriends. And now I'm not saying like you should be free in a relationship, but there has to be some respect. So if you're still in this vibe of going out with like 6 bitches and your girlfriend's at home, that doesn't look right to me personally. So it's like that balance of having the freedom to have your friends and go out and be an individual, but also respecting your relationship and the person you're with. And it just, sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it's a conflict that can be resolved, but that's rare.
Yeah. And I think going out with your friends is fun and all, but if you've gone out with your significant other and you've gone like on an adventure with them and done some crazy stuff while you're out there with them, I think that to me that has held more value. Like I remember more of the times where I've gone on like trips or gone out with me and a significant other than all the times that I've gone out with my friends.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a little bit, I don't know.
It's more special. Yeah, like not to shit on your friends or anything like that. Come on, like look, like dude, you and I we have a bunch of great adventures together. But like what
romance.
Yeah, but to have like a romantic adventure, like at the end of the day, to have that whole day and you're just looking at one another and you're just
like fuck. Yeah,
we fucking did that.
We fucking got here, and hey, I don't know if we're staying here, but we're here, and that's lovely. But but that shit doesn't come easy, especially the way that we talk about it. There's a lot of fuckery on both sides for sure. And intentions too. Some people don't want that, bro. Some people don't want to build with you. Some people don't want to be part of that struggle with you. Maybe they want to visit once a week. You know what I'm saying? Part-time as fuck.
It goes in with timing, man.
And then
it's also like be clear about intentions.
What
I
the
feel
hell?
like
Yeah.
nowadays people are just not clear about what they want, and then that's how people get hurt. Clarity is key.
I couldn't agree with you more. People are scared to say what they want, and people say things that they don't mean that they want either. So then that causes a confusion. Like, hey, sometimes people say, "Oh, I don't want anything with you," and then 5 minutes later, it seems like you're about to have something. So you're like, "Okay, this is weird," and that's where you gotta handle your shit. You gotta know where the fuck you're going, for sure. That is something I think is super underrated. Sensing the direction of things contrary to what people are telling you.
I mean, that also goes into what Stephanie was saying about communication.
Yeah.
It's the basis of all of it, man. And anything you do, though, in business, relationships, projects,
Yeah,
art.
but what I mean is like people don't take the effort to fill out a room, is what I'm saying. Because sometimes in the moment people say things, but you got to take care of yourself. And I feel like people don't do that. They're just like, oh, this person told me this. That's it. I'm gonna trust that entirely. And I just think people don't fill out the room, and that leads to miscommunication as well.
It's true.
Yeah.
And then Shakespeare wrote a book about us.
Yeah,
From
that's right. Yeah, he wrote about us. You got that right.
Shakespeare literally wrote about everything. Also, I noticed your Mac Miller kids sticker over there.
Yeah, it's actually the vinyl.
Oh, I love that.
It's unopened. I haven't opened it. I have the kids, I have swimming pools, and I have the Best Day Ever album. It's one of my favorite artists of all time.
Well, yeah, and the basis for It's Something Divine as well.
Yeah, and yeah, the Divine Feminine is what gave like the idea in my head to name it Something Divine.
Yeah,
I love that word.
Divine, yeah.
It's such a great
so
word.
Do we. So do we.
Yeah. How much we love it? We named it.
We named the company.
We named
after
the
it.
company after it. Yeah.
It's like in commemoration towards Mac Miller. And
yeah, just a little tribute, I guess.
Yeah, that guy. I miss that guy.
Yeah, no.
I definitely miss him being alive.
I
didn't even know him. I just missed his presence on this planet.
Oh, well, you were a very big fan of his, like more than me, for sure.
You want to hear something crazy? Something super trippy? On the day that he passed away, I was with Raul. And we had just gotten to that little FIU cafe right by 109 Towers over there. And I had ordered a Miller Lite.
Yeah, we had Miller Lights. We never had Miller Lights.
We never have Miller Lights ever. And I ordered a Miller Lite, and my friend called me, and he told me that Mac Miller just passed away, dude. Like,
that was weird.
Yeah. We never drink Miller Lights. We've never been to that cafe. I've never been to that cafe.
I've been there like once because I live down the street.
I didn't even know they sold beer there. It was just to get some food. And we're like, fuck it, let me get a Miller Lite.
We just got a haircut too. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
very crazy. Very little
thing,
crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you had tickets to go see him the next month or something, right?
Yeah. I had seen him when he came to the Fillmore. But I was really looking forward to see him. I was gonna see him in Orlando.
Damn. Wow. Mental health, shit is.
You gotta talk about it.
You gotta talk about it, and that shows that it could happen to anybody at whatever level. You could
an accidental overdose.
You could be the biggest star in the world. You could be Joe Blow at the bus stop. Everybody has problems.
Yeah,
everybody has problems, and but that's the thing. You gotta talk about them. And
especially now more than ever, where people are isolated, dude.
And see, but the thing is that even if you have people to listen, because I'm sure he had a bunch of people ready to listen to him, you have to be ready to talk about it.
One thing that I've really enjoyed, because I was for her knowledge and everybody's knowledge here, I was working at a overnight at a McDonald's for 3 months just to try to make ends meet. I never got unemployment. I didn't get help, so I just busted my ass. And that separation with because I was still working in a kitchen or in a restaurant, but I didn't have that connection with customers, with guests, with people, with humans. So then I recently got an assistant general manager position at Tiago's Tacos, which is a pretty lit food truck down here in Miami.
Great spot.
Awesome spot. Go check it out. And now I have people that I talk to all the time, and I will never take it for granted again. Just a simple, hey man, they'll just place an order and be like, hey, so how's your day going? If I had the time to do it, if I'm not busy, just be like, hey, how's your day going? And sometimes you get a great little, a little response. It doesn't have to be good or bad. Be like, I've had better days. Or, today's pretty good. You know what? They released it. They released it out there. And if they want to talk about it, bro, sometimes I'll get a whole conversation spewing man, today was whatever, my boss, and then boom. And then at that point, I'm like, all right, I really got to give these guys attention. And I will never take that for granted ever, ever, ever again.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That actually happened to me the other day when I was doing an Instacart. See, like, luckily, like, that's where I get my human connection from, I guess. Because, like, sometimes I'm driving in my car for like an hour and a half straight because I got to drive all over Miami sometimes. So I get to the supermarket and cool, bro, you start talking, you know, because like literally 90% of people that are like in supermarkets right now, at least down here, I don't know how it is in New York, are doing Instacart. If you know what that is, it's basically an app where you get people to go grocery shopping for you. Like straight shop. Yeah. So cool. I'm there, like I've been doing this throughout the whole pandemic. I have my shit down. Most Publixes all have the same layout. I know where to go. So it was an old gentleman. This guy was struggling, whatever. And then like the Wi-Fi went out. Bro, this guy looked like he needed a friend. So I was like, hey man, are you okay? And this guy just went out on a 10-minute rant. We were in the bathroom aisle, or as I call it, the de-escalation tank, because there's never paper towels or toilet paper left anywhere. So yeah, no, and bro, this guy just needed a friend. And imagine we're young, you know what I'm saying? We're like, unfortunately, the older you get, the harder it is to make new friends, or you know, people just don't want to talk to you because you're old. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's what it seems to be.
Nah, it's definitely wrong. But I get what you're saying.
The perception of
yeah.
Oh no, I think it's wrong, but you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, people do judge people because they're old.
Full of knowledge in my eyes. But go on.
Yeah. So I'm there thinking like, man, this guy doesn't probably have a lot of friends to like see, like if I'm upset, you're upset. We call each other. And whatever. We figure it out. Who's this guy gonna call? You know what I'm saying? So it really makes you think, like, you know, you gotta be a little bit more patient with people, especially right now.
You know where I first learned that? By watching The Joker.
Oh yeah.
And then going into COVID and quarantine world and all this, I would rewatch it and I'm like, dude, that's like that. What's scary is not that it's a villain doing all this. What's scary is that that's completely possible, where people think that society and governments and the pillars of life has just said, fuck you, have just completely abandoned them, turned their back on them. And then when you're left in that dark, bro, when you're consumed by dark, there's still light, but that light is so minimal. It's still there.
Yeah,
but it's so small, dude, that you just get consumed by darkness, man.
I mean, and it's possible. That does happen. That happens every day. And right now more than ever. But even before COVID, that was a fact. People do get left behind in the system and no one cares. And that's a very sad fact.
Dude, it's so crazy out here in New York. The Joker's a movie, right? But
yeah,
here you see that kind of behavior just on the street, like 125th, the east side of Upper Manhattan. You see like junkies all over the place, like going through their whole experience. Some of them are elated, some of them having withdrawals, some of them are not even druggies. They're just people that have been fucked over and got to this place. Like, I don't know if you follow Subway Creatures on Instagram, but you literally see everything in New York City because everything's out. Like, New York City is everyone's living room.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So when I look at these kinds of movies, to me, it's just a representation of real life.
Yeah. I mean, you see it, like I definitely look at it like that, but you really see it. I'm out here in the suburbs in Miami. I mean, granted, I've seen my share of stuff closer to the beach and closer to downtown, but to be living, like you're saying, where it's it's the living room to everyone.
Yeah,
that's another
Subway Creatures. Is that what it's called?
I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah, I'm super.
It's heavy, you said.
It can be funny and sad, everything, but definitely worth a follow.
Heard. I'm super gonna check that out after this. Yeah, see, we have only in Dade. That's what we got over here.
Oh, but that's so funny too.
Oh my God.
Some of it's pretty hilarious.
In Miami in May when the floods happened, and I got stranded like on Bird and something.
Yeah.
We literally had to get the car towed. But then the next day I saw someone they had a boat on the road because it was so flooded. I'm like, literally only in Miami-Dade County.
Oh, only in Dade? No, for sure.
We're boating on the road.
Bro, only in Dade.
But But throughout this though, I have seen more ruckus, I guess, like in the suburbs throughout this. Like I've driven by protests like in the middle of Kendall and stuff like that. And like just like you see all the noise coming this way for sure.
Yeah. I mean, with everything that's going on,
It has to. It has to.
everybody's on their phones at all
Yeah.
times, and all this madness is going on with police
And,
and,
like, you're-
African Americans.
And like you literally have nothing better to do but be on your phone. So you're in that access at all times.
I think there's a lot of good. I think there's a lot of bad that comes from it. But I overall, my position is that I'm happy that people are protesting.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
happy that people
Absolutely.
are using that right to make a change, because people are making changes, man. They really are.
Yeah. No.
You got to celebrate the small wins.
And-
you have to.
But there's a lot of change happening in rapid fashion.
Rapid, yeah. Oh, bro.
It's just like I feel like we don't see it.
We have to though, dude. It's 2020, dude.
Yeah.
People died for this already. Like,
and unfortunately,
no more people. And there shouldn't be any more deaths, bro. We got to get past this. We got to change the bias of people. We got to teach them at a young age, dude. And we're coming to a point where all these politicians that are in their 50s or 60s that have been running this shit for years, they're about to be done. You're going to see a new wave of politicians.
Not even 50s and 60s, bro. Look at Pelosi, Biden, Trump, all these guys. They're all in their 70s. Whoever wins the presidential election, they're going to be in their 80s by the time it's over.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah, I don't think that's hey, again, I'm not trying to be ageist or anything, but you're not spry at that point.
Most definitely, bro.
You know,
I don't want a young buck as a president, but I want someone that has.
Yeah, no, I don't need some 30-year-old dickhead who like drives a Beamer. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm super good.
A seasoned 40 or 50, bro.
You know, a little salt and pepper. I'm a very big fan of salt and
Guy,
pepper.
girl, black, white, Asian, Jew. I don't
fucking care, dude.
Care,
just like I don't know.
Just lead me when I want to be led.
And where I want to be led to,
and
right?
on days that I want to be led.
You know?
I keep on throwing that in there. That's an Office reference.
We know.
BJ Novak. I like that guy.
When watching The Office on repeat, there's a personality trait.
Shout out to Ryan.
At the bowling alley?
What I assure you? All right, let's get out of here.
You kind of look like him with your bleach.
Oh, bro, I'm definitely going through a Ryan the 10 moment right now.
Oh, man.
With my hair, for sure.
Yeah, see, like mine was shaving off my beard, and like I have like this little mustache now. I don't know if
no one can see it, bro.
Yeah,
no one can see it.
Yeah, just go on my Instagram, you'll see it over there, I guess.
Got you.
Yeah, because your phone's like
yeah.
Yeah,
no,
a solid 8 inches away from your face
at all times.
Look at this guy with 3 unibrows over here. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, somebody let this guy know that there's a caterpillar on his face.
Oh man.
What's up, Stephanie?
I'm trying to see this mustache.
Oh yeah. That's hilarious, dude.
Oh, all right, here, look. I'll send you a picture.
You guys are ridiculous.
I got you. I super got you. I'll send you a picture right now.
Live on KNR, breaking news.
Breaking
Raul
news.
actually does have a mustache. It's just blonde.
It's on Reeboks, also on Nikes. Yo, look at those moves. Right, we're going. I'm still relearning how to use all this.
So, what do you think? What do you think's the best thing to take from dancing? Because I see you dancing all the time. When you're happy, when you're sad. And I am a huge fan because I like to get down. You know, mornings when I'm pumped up, I'm there like, all right, let's go.
Pump up the jams, jump the funk.
You know what I mean?
I
don't know.
It brings me joy. That's it. Plain and simple. It brings me joy. It lets me release. Done.
I think it's super empowering, dude. I think it's, you feel sexy when you dance. You feel good. You feel, yeah. Straight up joy, dude. Really good.
No, for sure. I think that's. Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's there.
There.
Oh,
there.
You literally just took a picture. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean it's there. Like it's not like super prominent. It's like blonde, but whatever. It's there.
You'll get there. You'll get there, son.
Thanks, Papa. Papa J.
Alas, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a little suggestion. Jamaican black castor oil
Oof.
for hair growth.
I want a beard. I could grow a sick ass mustache. I can't grow a beard.
Yeah, see, like I could grow a beard like a fucking wildebeest, but yeah, I have a little mustache. It's adorable. It's cute, and so that's it. I'm just embracing the stash look.
Enjoy it, brother.
It works for you, man.
With great mustaches come great responsibilities.
Well, thank God it's not so great then, huh?
This guy just shat out his own mustache.
Oh, hey man, if you can't laugh at yourself, you're imagine when other people.
Breaking
laugh at
news
you.
here at KNR, guys. Jamaican castor oil for the win.
For the win. We're gonna try this out.
Get up, dance. Please go read some articles and listen to Knowledge, Nonsense, and Reasoning over and over and over again. We have
Every episode.
like 17 episodes.
Come on, guys, just go listen. Like, just run in the background. We don't care.
And follow our friend on Instagram for she's great.
Hey.
Stephanie.
Throwing all of that out there. All the news.
All of it.
the
But yeah, it's been real.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to cover really fast before we? I mean, we've been going at this for a little over an hour.
Yeah, no, I think it's weird.
You have anything else to add to this? Cardenas?
Find your joy somehow.
Find your joy.
Find your joy somehow, ladies and gentlemen.
It is not in your GPS.
Yes, but happiness is. But so, ladies and gentlemen, this is Knowledge
Nonsense.
and
Reasoning.
yeah.
I thought it was knowledge, nonsense, and what?
What?
And what?
No, it was the build up. The build up. She's like, is she getting closer to the camera? What?
What? You had us going weird, like, oh man, she's gonna steal our thunder.
Yeah,
It's
right?
over. We lost the whole show.
Flips table.
That's it. Walks out. Fuck this shit.
Thank you so much for coming onto the show. We've had a blast out here on our end. You probably hated every second of it, as all our guests do.
Yeah,
but
we're
thank
super
you so
obnoxious. We're the worst.
Good times all around. Thanks for having me. It's been real.
No, absolutely.
We hope to get you on once again down the line, and maybe when all this COVID-19 simmers down,
Jibber
we
jabber.
could link up either New York or Miami.
Whatever.
I love New York and I love Miami. I know you're a fan of both.
I've never been, so let's go.
This guy's he's never left the state of Florida.
I've never left the state of Florida.
Gotta get
Yeah.
out of here.
I am Florida man.
I am Florida man. Thank you guys. We wish you a great day. Sending positive love, peace, all of it your way. Thank you so much.
Go listen to your friends and people who aren't your friends, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
And cut.
If you really love me, then just let me go. 'Cause I've been living inside my own TV show. Rushing in the night, I feel like lifeline. I've been sedated, 'cause my life's been wasted.
I think this one